Usually, urgent tasks reflect what is important to others and can be different from what's important to us. Knowing how to prioritize your work and start focusing on what really matters can drastically improve your time and stress management while prioritizing your well-being. Hey, I'm Theodora and I'm a career performance coach. Welcome back to my channel where you get videos from me every 2 weeks on Saturday teaching you how to improve time and stress management in the workplace. We've all been in situations where we were swamped with the excessive work we had to do. Not knowing what the priority should be affects your well-being. You may feel you don't make any progress, new items are coming your way, and there is no time in 24 hours to complete this work. To go straight to the point, you probably heard about the urgent versus important matrix. It's practically a quadrant where you categorize your tasks based on urgency and importance. You have 4 quadrants. The first one is urgent and important, and it is the most important one. This should be your primary area of focus. Some examples that you can have here are tasks that have a strict deadline or last-minute demands. The second one is not urgent but important. That should be your second list to focus on. The items here might not look urgent, but they are the ones that make you move forward. Some examples on this list are strategic planning or project meetings. Now, you need to pay a lot of attention to everything that is outside of these 2 lists. The urgent, not important, and not urgent, not important. The other 2 lists are the ones that make us busier and less productive. Some items on these 2 lists are interruptions, emails, on-demand meetings, analysis paralysis, sometimes also known as perfectionism, any activity which makes you procrastinate. The urgent important matrix gives you more clarity about which tasks are more important and requires your immediate attention, and which task you should be focusing on at a later time. Understanding the difference between urgent and important is vital to use this matrix effectively. Urgent tasks provide more immediate payoff. Important tasks can give you much larger rewards but might take longer to complete. A task is urgent when there is a time sensitivity associated with it and requires immediate attention. A task is important when a strategic plan is associated with it, supporting a long-term goal. Important tasks might not be time sensitive, which may make them not a big deal to prioritize. While urgent is an activity that requires our immediate attention, based on my own experience, what urgent means for others might not be so urgent. Whenever you receive a task that is prefixed with the word urgent, you might want to ask additional questions to clarify what makes this task urgent. Some of the questions you can ask are: who else could do this? This is one of the questions I use the most, especially when my plate is full of other tasks that are urgent and important. Regardless of your outstanding skills, are you the only person who can do this? Knowing to delegate is extremely important to manage your time more effectively and protect yourself from being overwhelmed and burned out. What would happen if this task is postponed? When you ask this question, look for information such as: who benefits from this task? What value does this task bring? What else is the person who asked for this task losing by not having this task prioritized? What is the deadline for this task? Knowing when this task is needed gives you more clarity on where to position it on the matrix. If someone expects it by the end of next week and you have other tasks you need to be done by the end of this week, you got your answer about how urgent this task is comparing with other items you have on your list. How long has this task been on the backlog list? Some tasks might be urgent, but they are less important. If someone had this task on their list for an extended period and now it became urgent, check how important this is by going back to the question: what would happen if this task is postponed? Maybe postponing it a couple more days will do no harm to anyone while you continue focusing on what you currently have on your plate. Can I get this to you by? You can ask this question if people don't have a strict deadline for a specific item. You can set a deadline for this task based on other things you have on your list. This is a question to debate the answer to. People will let you know if your deadline meets their needs or if they would expect you to complete this sooner. That's a great question whenever someone says, "I don't know when I need it," or "I need it as soon as possible." What should I deprioritize so I can finish this task? This isn't a sarcastic question, nor should you perceive it as one. When your plate is full and a new urgent and important item tries to find its way into your backlog, there needs to be something that becomes less urgent or less important or both. If there is time to complete an item that was deprioritized, that's okay, but the scope of asking this question is so everyone is clear about what you are or aren't doing. Don't set expectations that affect your well-being. You don't have any guarantee that no one will come later in the day or tomorrow with another urgent request. Avoid as much as possible adding urgent priorities to your list to not get exhausted. It's your responsibility to ask for priorities when no one else does. Knowing how to ask questions is critical to determining which urgent items are also important. Using the Urgent Important tool is a fantastic way to improve your time management. It is essential to not make assumptions about the level of urgency and importance of each task. Instead, when you ask better questions, you gain more clarity in which quadrant each task should be added. Every task can be a top priority and you must diligently pare your tasks down. Prioritizing tasks can make you use your time more effectively, be more productive, and reduce stress. The question for you in this video is, what's one task that is important but not urgent and can help you progress in your career? If you made it this far and you are not already subscribed, please tap on the subscribe button and turn on the bell notification so you don't miss when I post new videos. Thank you so much for watching and I will see you in the next video. Life is more than work. Remember to live it.